Wake the fuck up!
You know what that sound means, Parker? Recording in progress from the little type to or text to speech lady.
Means recordings in progress.
Yes. Yeah. Way to put two and two together on that
time.
one.
I'm a smart guy, Dan. I'm a smart guy.
You really seem like it sometimes. Other times not. Other times I can tell we're related because of brain farts. Anything eventful this week? We'll start it off how we always start off.
And I think
yeah, I'm guessing that
the only eventful thing in my head is the elephant in the room.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing the lip roll was. I got a haircut today. Real good haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Better than I was talking about when I was getting it. I was like, yeah, when I went to great last time it was not blended at all and it was like super long on top. So I didn't wait as long as I usually do. Actually, I did wait, so it was that much longer. She was even talking about when she was cutting it. She's like, your hair is like really long. And I was like, yeah. And like, we have really thick growing hair too. So terrible genes in that department. Could be bald like dad, but not there yet.
There's plenty of time, Dan.
Yeah. Give it a year or two. I'm pretty sure it's receding, I think. But yeah, we'll get to the elephant in the room. I already had, we were in Discord with friends and they asked, I don't know if you were in there or if you had gone to get lunch at that point. They asked if we were going to talk about it. And I was like, yeah, as long as it's cleared, and it's cleared. So Chris Rock, Will Smith, most eventful Oscars we've had since I would say the Moonlight La La Land mix up.
Yeah, that's the first big takeaway for this, Dan, is that like the Oscars were arguably like dying.
Yeah, they were falling off, especially
like nobody cared.
With COVID. That year or two, movies really took a hit. So you would say that everything in that kind of vein in that industry probably took a hit. And
then just generally people like didn't like the Academy.
Yeah. It's very
now they've become more relevant than ever.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I'm sure you do. But if you don't know, Chris Rock, I don't know if he was hosting or if it was just his bit of the show that he was going to deliver an award. And he was up there doing his jokes, made one joke. I can't remember what the joke was. And then he made a joke to Jada Pinkett Smith, who is Will Smith's wife. You know, they have the same last name. You can put two and two together. About how she looked great. And he was really looking forward to G.I. Jane 2. Now, if you're unaware, she was first off wearing a green dress, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but the elephant in the room on that comment was she has alopecia, which is a disease that it's an autoimmune disease and can cause your hair to fall out or just kind of start to look patchy and stuff. You lose, so some people will shave their head with it. So she has no hair, she's bald. And Will Smith, if you look at him at the beginning, he's laughing. And my favorite thing was it was a 4-step process of 4 different pictures. And it was picture 1, funny joke from Funny Man. And it's Will Smith laughing. Number 2, wife not happy. And it's a picture of her just being completely pissed. Number 3, I am husband. And it's a picture of him mad. And then it says number 4, retaliation. And it's him. He walks up on stage and he slaps the shit out of Chris Rock.
Dude, it's unreal. Like I thought
he had a wind up on it. Yeah, there was effort behind that. And so Chris Rock was playing it off at that point. He's like, damn, like Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And then Will Smith screams. He yells this shit when he is back at his seat. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And I think Chris Rock, I don't think he says anything. He tries to say something back. I think like it was just a joke. And while he's saying that, Will Smith, again, louder, you didn't think he's got anything left in the tank, but he does. He goes, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And up to the point where it was just a slap. People laughed when he went up and he did it because it's like, oh, it's a bit, and then he yells that, and people in the crowd, you can hear like the gasps. They're like, oh, like this is not a fucking bit. This is real life. This happened. Yeah. He is mad. And
it's also unreal how like clearly you could hear Will Smith, which must be a testament to how loud he was fucking yelling.
Yeah.
Like that would be mortifying if I was anybody else in the audience, and especially if I'm fucking Chris Rock up there.
Just everything about that situation. If you're an audience member, you are extremely uncomfortable because this is real life now. This is not a bit. This guy is angry, and you don't know where they're going to go from here, especially if you're Chris Rock. If you're up front and you're the guy who just got slapped and you're getting screamed at and you're supposed to go on and present an award, I wouldn't know where to go. I was speechless watching the video.
His brain was probably a little scrambled. Dude.
Well, because you can tell it was because he's like, what? That's like one of the craziest moments in history. And then he goes on, we've got a documentary, and then he goes, we've got an award to give out to a documentary. And then it like cuts from there. And there's all these videos you can see. He goes off stage and he's like visibly upset during one of the commercials, or Will Smith was already off stage, I guess. So he goes over to talk to Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, and they're like consoling him because he's emotional. I'm sure that's what a lot of it is. You're at an award show, you're up for Best Actor. This guy just made this joke. You're trying to stand up for your wife. You did this thing now and you can't go back on it. I'm sure he knows he overreacted. In his acceptance speech, he talked about, he's like, I apologize to the Academy and my peers. And at the end of it, he's like, I hope the Academy has me back next year. Because obviously if you fucking hit somebody on live TV, and swear, it's gonna hurt your reputation a little bit. But the big thing that's been going on between everybody, whether you're a big star or between like you and your friends, was he justified? And I don't know. It's hard. You shouldn't physically harm like anybody. Now the dude made fun of his wife and like a disease that either Chris Rock, I mean, didn't know or knew about, but from everything I've read, she's very vocal about it, so he had to have known. So, like, I don't know, as a comedian, you kind of open yourself up to abuse, mostly verbal, from like hecklers. I don't think anybody expects to get hit, but I don't know. You make fun of somebody's wife. The guy retaliated. Should he have done it? No. Is it justified? No. Like, did it happen? And do they both just need to move on from it? Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be too big of a thing.
You know the person most excited about this day is the Academy.
Oh yeah.
They've never been this relevant. Ever.
They are so happy right now.
My friend group, and like none of us are even like that into movies, but we're all fucking talking about the Oscars now.
Yeah.
Because this shit's going around.
Yeah.
Like it's unreal how I guess they didn't really manage to do it, but like how Will's did this, and now suddenly the Oscars are like still one of the most talked about thing when everybody would have forgotten about it 30 minutes after it ended last night. If he never hits them. Last night as of the recording, fucking like Sunday night, whenever you're listening.
Yeah, whenever it went on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this isn't going up till Wednesday. That's right. But there's an actor, Matt Lucas, he's British. I think he does mostly British network stuff. He's in Community. He plays the guy who traps Abed in the little phone booth thing at the what's the TV show that they watch? Inspector Spacetime. Yeah, he's in that episode. The guy but he is an actor with alopecia, and he talked about, he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say or like feel about this.
Yeah,
because that would be hard. I think most of the people, a lot of people who have replied to it, who like have alopecia, are like I've put up with bullying ever since I had it, and people always talk shit, but never have I laid a hand on somebody.
Yeah. I think the main rule as a comedian, I feel like, is you can really, the safe zone of making fun of shit is something people can change, you know,
Yeah.
because then it's like, oh well, like this was their choice to do that, like,
Yeah.
all right. But like something like that, you kind of get into dicey territory of whether that's like
Yeah.
open to comedy, I feel like.
I
And
guess
especially it's a thing like, is I don't know how if Chris Rock like knows any of the Smiths or anything, because that would kind of change it. Like if he knew
yeah.
them and he did this, like I feel like that's like kind of something different. Like maybe then he's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Like if you're making fun of somebody's tattoo or making fun of like a haircut that they decided to get themselves, or like you said, just a choice that they can make and they have made, as opposed to like something that they don't really have control over and is not a fun part of their life.
Yeah.
Like to make fun of somebody for that. Plus the whole thing with like Jada and Will, whether it was a year or two ago, talking about like how their marriage has been kind of rocky and stuff like that, but they've pulled through it.
Mhm.
It was just a recipe for disaster, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because and the thing about like knowing somebody is like then it's kind of like up for grabs. Like if you, I'm trying to think of a good example. If somebody like gives, if you get like a haircut, sure, that's a decent example. Maybe too close to the topic already, but like,
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
fine enough. But if you Dan get a shitty haircut, I'm gonna say you look like a fucking doofus because I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah.
well enough that it
Yeah.
won't matter. If some guy that I like vaguely know gets a haircut and I tell him he looks like a fucking doofus and he punches me for that, I deserve it.
Yeah, well, that's
Like,
what I was thinking. Once you started talking about it, I knew where you were going with it,
mhm.
and that makes sense. Yeah, if you're getting razzed by your friends about something, like if I got a really bad haircut, or if I shaved my whole face and they're like, "You look like a fucking idiot," I'd be
Right.
like, "Yeah, like there's a reason I don't ever shave," or like stuff like that. I might be kind of upset, but at the end of the
Mhm.
day, it's people that I know, so it's not a big deal. But if I am out in public and somebody who's run into me like once before and I've never really like talked to, maybe we talk in passing, and they say you look like a fucking goon for getting your face shaved, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't think I'd be able to hit a stranger, but
Right.
like I'd be way more pissed at that person than I would be at my friends.
Mhm.
And that's like the situation. If it's somebody that he knows says something to him or his wife, he's probably going to be more forgiving about it than just some guy who's hosting the Oscars.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not really a right answer to it, I feel like.
No, there's not. I think that's the thing. A lot of people are there's a difference between like situations like this happening and having an opinion on it and talking to people about it and just being like, yeah, I guess we just disagree, or like and like the very far end of like thinking that Will Smith needs to be canceled, or just hating him and boycotting his movies, or turning it into just a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
What it is at its simplest core is a guy made fun of somebody's wife on national TV, and he reacted in a way that he said himself was probably like he let his emotions get the best of him. Emotions are riding high, and if looking back on it, he shouldn't have done it, but he did do it. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Diddy, that's our source on this. Take it at what you will. Diddy said that at the post like Oscars party, they hashed it out. So
Yeah. The only group of people I do feel like 100% bad for is like the Williams family. Because then they like were
yeah,
portraying their dad and he like goes up and accepts this award for it. after he goes and smacks this guy, like it feels like you almost have to like take a side on it, which would not be a fun position to be put in. Because
Yeah.
we're just two fucking guys. Nobody cares what we think. But like they I feel like have an important opinion on it, which would be not a fun position to be in.
Nope. Speaking of the Oscars, did we have any winners that we were very happy about? I did like sans everything that happened last night. King Richard is a very good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Will Smith won Best Actor for it. He did a really good job. Andrew Garfield, we were talking about, he is amazing in Tick Tick Boom. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. But
think Garfield deserved it, but like I think that might be more of a thing of I just like Tick Tick Boom better as a movie than King Richard.
They're both in like kind of a similar vein too, right? They're portrayals of people who actually live.
Both biographical, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you become a completely different person.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the Academy like has a harder time with musicals. West Side Story didn't win anything last night. I don't know if it should have. I haven't seen a lot of the other movies that were in categories with them. Mm-hmm. But like, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And Tick Tick Boom was better than West Side Story by a mile. But it's still like in that musical vein. So I don't. Mm-hmm. We've talked about Lin-Manuel Miranda before too, about how when he's doing things to supplement other people, like he is making music for a movie or he is training people and working with people who are in, like Andrew Garfield said he would not have done as well as he did in that movie without Lin-Manuel's help. And in those instances, he does really good. But when he plays the Peragua guy in The Heights,
there are a lot of worse parts about The Heights. Tell you what, that's a stinker.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. When he writes for himself and he sings, I just think there's a lot of people who don't love his voice. I don't hate it, but there's people who I think are better than him.
What I think, going back to Garfield's performance, what I think he deserved a lot more credit for was that he didn't like, he acted really well. Like that's the baseline, right? Yeah. But he also like learned piano and became a way better vocalist and all of that kind of like musical stuff, along with being a great actor.
Yeah.
Along with being in like a billion other movies the same year.
Yeah, being in fucking Spider-Man and having to do 50 different
Spider-Man,
things.
that like mainstream one. I feel like he was in like 2 other ones too. Like there was so much shit that he's in. And he did the role of that. It's like, that's wild.
Yeah.
And I wish, I don't know. Because I mean, like I said, of course, Will Smith was fantastic in King Richard. I just wish that this was the one.
It sucks. I don't think Tick Tick Boom won anything, which makes me kind of upset because it's a super.
Because that's Best Actor. I think is the only thing it was up for.
I think it had
maybe adapted screenplay.
Others. I think it had 1 or 2 others. I'll look through, go down the line. Coda won Best Picture. I haven't seen it. I'll watch it now that it won Best Picture. But Belfast, I'd meant to get around to watching. Power of the Dog, I need to watch. That's got Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons, two bigger names that I know. King Richard, I watched. West Side Story shouldn't have won. It's a good movie, but it's like an adaptation that isn't. Parts of it are better than the original, but parts aren't. Licorice Pizza was up. I want to watch that. Nightmare Alley, I want to watch. It's a Del Toro movie. And Don't Look Up was a real big one on Netflix this year. No Time to Die, one original song. I'm guessing that's from 007 movie. Billie Eilish.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's in shambles now.
I haven't heard whatever it is. Dos Ori you. I don't want to say it.
Dos Origatas.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Which is Portuguese. Arguably not even the best song in the movie, but also I've never seen the movie. I've just listened to some.
Is it from Encanto?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet either. which won animated feature, by the way, Encanto did. A lot of people loved the Mitchells and the Machines this year, or the Mitchells versus the Machines. Probably because it had Doug the Pug in it, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know how good it is. International feature film, I've kind of I'll usually watch one or two of them that are in that category ever since Parasite.
Also, I want to reverse shout out one of the nominees. Visual effects. Spider-Man: No Way Home was nominated.
Yeah,
it's a good movie. The visual effects are not good.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I think they have to do a Marvel movie no matter what.
Yeah, but they had
So,
Shang-Chi in there.
Oh, they did.
Shang-Chi was
a
gorgeous movie.
Shang-Chi, yeah. I mean, you've got the dragons in it and all of the stuff with like the rings and the fight scenes. So
yeah, but like when at least in the theaters watching Spider-Man: No Way Home, there were points where you could tell like, and even like the some of the editors said like it was not finished.
Yeah,
like
they just kind of
it
had to
was
put it
not
out.
done. Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. I think I said West Side Story didn't win anything, but the supporting actress went to the actress who played Anita in West Side Story, which she was very good. Super, super good. They also had the original lady who played Anita was like in the stead of Doc. She's Doc's wife, which was kind of cool. I liked it a lot. Best supporting actor, J.K. Simmons and Jesse Plemons, I know, but I haven't seen The Power of the Dog or Being the Ricardos. So I didn't see them. Coda had their best supporting actor win. Documentary feature, I don't think I knew any of those.
No, I didn't.
Live action short film, I know I've heard of The Long Goodbye, but I didn't watch it. Best original screenplay, Belfast won that one. King Richard was up for it, and so was Licorice Pizza and Don't Look Up. Best adapted screenplay was Coda. Dune was up for best adapted screenplay as well. Best makeup and hairstyling, The Eyes of Tommy Faye. I had never heard of that movie.
There was one other weird one that won.
That one?
One that I was surprised. Let me see if I can find it on here.
Best original score, I'll put that one up. Hans Zimmer did Dune, so that was an automatic W.
Yeah, costume design.
Oh, that was Cruella, wasn't it? Yeah. I forgot about that. We talked about that. That seemed weird.
Weird.
What else was up?
But that's usually one.
Nightmare Alley looked really cool.
I'm gonna blow your mind here really quick.
Okay, something. My expectations are high.
Your expectations are super high now?
Yep.
Okay, shit. I gotta check my source before I say something now. Shit. I know it's somewhere. Okay. Dan, I promise this is worth it. I promise this is worth it. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Don't hang up.
Don't hang up.
I'm gonna count how many Dune won while you do that. 2.
Okay, yeah. Take a wild guess. What won makeup and hairstyling Oscar in 2017?
Makeup
this
and
is going to blow your mind.
I don't even know what was up for the Oscars in 2017.
So do you remember the first Suicide Squad movie that was really bad? It won a makeup and hairstyling Oscar. That's an Oscar-winning film.
Because the Joker looked so weird, and they had a bunch of like weird like knuckle tattoos and stuff on him, I bet. And
Killer Croc in it too.
Was he?
Yeah.
Probably was.
I think so.
Dune won 6 Oscars, by the way.
Damn.
Oh wow. Did you get that one out?
Yeah, I did.
Dune won a bunch of stuff. Best sound, best production design, best film editing, best cinematography, best original score, and best visual effects. Big day for Dune.
I'm going through these other ones and I just like am seeing how much shit La La Land won. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Moonlight and La La Land that year, both good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Driver should have won like every Oscar the year it came out.
So true. I
Not
love
actually,
that movie.
but it was a really good movie.
No, it showed up. It showed up. Dan. I got fucking robbed.
Best sound design would have been a good one. If you've never seen that movie, pretty much everything happens on a rhythm in one of their songs, and they have a lot of good music in that. Easy by the Commodores. Queen has 2 or 3 songs in it, I think. It's super good. Watch it if you haven't. Should just give out all of my movie suggestions in this one. We'll call it the movie suggestion.
You know a lot more than me. So
Windfall is a good one that just came out. If you want something short, this will be relevant because it was at the Oscars. Audible is a very short documentary about, you probably saw it in the news. I think they were probably in last year. It was an all-deaf school, and they followed the football team. One of the kids mainly from the football team, and they show some of the other kids. They just show like how dominant they were. They won like 50 or 60 some games in a row, and then they lost. And when they lost, it was to another all-deaf school. But they kind of just follow them. There's a kid they went to school with who committed suicide because he went to a mixed up school. Like, it wasn't just an all hearing school, it was just a public school, and so he got made fun of and bullied a lot, and he killed himself. So that was like one of their big things, is they follow these seniors, and it's like, one of the kid talks about, it's like you've lived in a bubble for most of your life, just with people who are just like you, and you're going to go out into this world with like all of these people, and you don't really know what to expect, and like they get scared even more so just because of what happened with their friend. But it'd be tough to do that. But it also is really cool because they have some people from the cheer squad, and like they're deaf, so they don't hear cues like counting like 1, 2, 3. So they play a bass drum on the ground, and they use the vibrations as the counts. So I just think that stuff is like super cool, how like being differently abled, you can still do all of that stuff, even sometimes better than people who either have their like they can hear or they have sight, and someone might not. So really cool. Audible, it's on Netflix, Audible. Very good to watch, only like 40 minutes long.
Man, I'm just going through some of these old nominations and I'm in disbelief. Do you know Boss Baby was an Oscar nominated movie?
Rightfully so. Yeah. Best animated film.
All right, Dan. All right, Dan.
As long as it's like an animated film.
Well, I know, but there's nothing better than Boss Baby.
Maybe not.
What
It depends on the year.
It was 2018.
Parasite was 2 years ago. Very good movie if you haven't watched it. Also a good way to get into subtitles. I rubbed off, this will be my Logan plug for the episode. We were watching The Witch. Very good movie by a great director who also did The Lighthouse. But I turned subtitles on for it, closed captioning. He's like, "You've infected me now too," because he said he watches everything with subtitles.
It's just once you start using them, you use them all the time.
Yep. And if anything, it's just a plus, because there's so many scenes in a movie where like you can't really make out what somebody says, whether they start talking like this fast or they just like are like really quiet, and you can't hear like what they're saying. You know. It just like, it makes it so much easier. And Parasite did that for me because it's not in English. I'm pretty sure it's in Korean.
So you have to use subtitles.
Yeah, so you have to use the subtitles to understand it. And it's such a good movie.
You know what sucks is subtitles on HBO Max do not work for me.
Are they just in a weird spot?
No, they're super behind.
The Voodoo was like that. We watched it on Voodoo, and they were like in the left-hand corner, and they would show up after people started saying stuff.
Yeah, it was like,
I think every other like place that I watch TV or movies, they pop up as people are saying stuff.
Yeah.
But it's weird when it all just comes up as a block of text. Like, I'm not trying to read ahead. I don't want to know what happens in the next half a second.
Well, it's like behind for that, so I have to like turn them off whenever I'm on HBO Max now because
Sure.
I can't watch it.
I almost
Otherwise,
did
I'm
that.
like distracted reading the same shit I've already seen.
I almost did that watching the new Lakers TV show that they have. I can't remember what it's called.
Winning Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really good. I liked it so far.
How far are you in?
The first 2 episodes.
Okay. I'm just the first episode, so you're ahead of me still.
It's good. It's really cool. I forgot Jerry West was a big part of the organization even after he got done playing. He was still coaching. And the Bus family is like crazy cool.
Yeah.
Just learning about them. So yeah, it's really cool about how they try to turn around the image of the NBA. If you like the NBA or you like the Lakers or like Magic Johnson, that Showtime era, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson was such a crazy time of the NBA. That's like my favorite time frame to look at. I was obsessed with the Larry Bird Magic Johnson rivalry when I was in like junior high. I was Larry Bird at our wax museum. Didn't have blonde hair or a mustache back then. I don't have the blonde hair.
That's what I was going to say. You said back then.
Like, I've got the mustache now, but not blonde hair.
Yeah.
But
isn't it crazy that Bo Burnham was supposed to play Larry Bird in that?
Yeah.
I always remember that when I see that show, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Never forget what they took from you.
Well, I think he didn't want to do it. I think he ended up not wanting to do it. But which I could see because I don't know, a lot of his characters are like more comedic, like that Zach Stone show, and he was in Parks and Rec. He played some like child star who was a big brat, like some teenager. Yeah,
I haven't seen Parks and Rec, so
it's a good show. Some people take it over The Office. I'd take Community over both, but
I'll never find out because I take every streaming service over Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock is like, we'll let you watch the first season and then nothing more, unless you pay.
And I don't want to pay for another streaming service.
No. Slumdog Millionaire won Best Picture in 2008 at the Oscars, and I watched that, and it was interesting.
That's before my time, Dan.
Lord of the Rings won an Oscar for Best Picture.
Lord of the Wings won an Oscar for Best Picture.
Lord of the Wings. Forrest Gump won. Very good. Rain Man's also a very good movie. That won Best Picture. So did Rocky. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Good movie.
What that is.
It's got Jack Nicholson in it. Super good. Ask Logan about it.
Sure.
Gotta go to Twitter and see what else is popping. I don't think I have anything good. March Madness. That's still going on. It's March.
Yeah. How's yours looking, Dan?
My bracket's dead. Iowa won in my bracket, so it's yeah, it's falling apart.
Any of the Final Four? Anything?
Let me look. Let me take a peek at the old bracket.
Because I tell you what,
not. I might have Duke.
I did end up getting 2 of the Final Four right.
Wish I would have picked UNC.
My big swings kind of missed, but yeah, I had Duke and Kansas, both I predicted. And I have Duke in my final.
No, I had upsets through the tournament. I had St. Mary's, the 5 seed, going against Gonzaga, the 1 seed. Both of those have lost. And then I had Tennessee up against Iowa. So I had none right.
Damn.
I did have Duke in the Elite 8.
Yeah, there's some. I had Arkansas over Gonzaga. I'm probably gonna brag about that for the next like 5 to 7 years. That I called that. Let's see what else. I had UNC in the Elite 8, but then I had them losing, so they kind of outshined me there. I had Kentucky losing in their second game, so like that made me look pretty good still.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of my other ones I picked were kind of misses. I had Seton Hall over Arizona, and Seton Hall didn't even win their game. So like
Arizona did end up getting beat by the 5 seed Houston though. So
yeah, kind of a win still, but like
yeah, not the right team.
Yeah. And I guess I only had ISU in my second round.
Yeah, they went a lot further
it's,
than I thought.
Honestly, it could have been worse.
I think it's still going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. Super cool that during Coach K, regardless of your feelings about him, I know a lot of people hate him. I don't love him, but you have to respect where respect is due. He's a super good coach, over 1,000 NCAA tourney wins. First time that the Tar Heels and Duke have ever played each other ever in the history of ever in the NCAA tournament. And they're doing it in his last year when they got absolutely stomped at Cameron when they played the Tar Heels at home earlier this season. So some redemption perhaps for Coach K. And then Kansas plays Villanova. Maybe a good game.
I'll say in my time, Dan, Kansas has never been the closer.
I don't like Kansas because they're a Big 12 team that is not Iowa State. So
they've never made it real far. I feel like they're always a super low seed, like 1 or 2 seed, and then I feel like they always choke somewhere. So I don't know. This could be their year.
I think they beat Villanova because Villanova was really close with Houston, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it wasn't Houston. I can't remember who it was. Let me look. But I like the Duke, North Carolina. I really hope North Carolina makes it because I think it'd be cool them coming into the tournament as a freaking 8 seed.
Yeah.
Which is enormously or extremely low for a powerhouse school like North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's weird as a storied school to be seated that low, I guess. But what were you going to say?
I will say Kansas and UNC both fucking creamed their Elite Eight opponents. UNC beat St. Peter's by 20. I watched the game for the first half and then I got bored because St. Peter's was very obviously going to lose. But 15 seed in the Elite Eight, like shit.
Yeah, no, they were super, like they made it way further than anybody I'm sure thought they were. So
and then,
super cool.
Kansas beat the number 10 seed Miami by 26.
They stomped them into the ground. I didn't watch. I think those were the games on Saturday, right? Or was it just Sunday?
I know UNC's was yesterday, which would be Sunday, because I watched that one.
Yeah, so it was Sunday because both of them they were the same day.
Yeah.
Because I watched like 5 minutes of both the games and I was like, these are terrible. Actually, I think the Miami game was close through the first half.
What still makes me sad, Dan, is that I usually go so hard making bracket and registering for pools and shit. And this year I just had a really small pool with some friends and we didn't even put money on it. And this is the year that my bracket's doing the best since I was in middle school. And I didn't put any money up. I'm not making any money.
I just didn't have time to do anything. And my bracket turned out like shit anyways. So it's a good thing I didn't do anything this year.
Mine turned out good and I fucking didn't get anything out of it.
So sad.
Yeah. I knew I was going to underperform because we were in the cycle. I'm going to talk about the cycle on here before.
The cycle?
But have you not heard about the cycle, Dan?
I don't think so.
There's a cyclical nature to being an Iowa sports fan, Dan.
Oh wait, yeah, you have told me, but you can continue. I love
you expect nothing, right? Which is where we were at during the Big Ten tournament for basketball here. And then they come out of nowhere and surprise us. They won the Big Ten tournament. Now we have expectations and we think that they can make a run in the tournament. I was thinking maybe Elite Eight in my heart. I only had them Sweet 16 on the bracket, but in my heart, they were Elite Eight material. But then we were at that point in the cycle. They disappoint us.
Yeah. Well, it was the same thing with Iowa State. Last year, they had either 2 overall wins or 2 conference wins. One of the two. Mm-hmm. And they had a terrible season. And then this season, they started, they were whooping ass. And then I think it was halfway point or a little past the halfway point of the season, they started dropping games. It was okay, this is what they do. They start to lose at the end of the season. And then they got in the tournament and they started winning. You're like, oh, they're going to do it. Final 4 bound. And they lose to Miami. But we
Right,
talked
good.
about it last week. I think the big thing in the tournament is making shots, making threes, and they were off, and Miami was on that game. So
Was a sad one, that one.
yeah, I cried myself to sleep that night.
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't really. Not really. I'm joking.
Getting real sensitive.
I'm joking. I'm kidding.
And it was a big week for game releases. You pick anything up?
I did not. No.
And
House Flipper on
No.
sale. We got a simulator sale. Everybody, I'll let you know on Steam right now. I love those games.
Simulator.
Truck simulator. You know, got
Oh,
about
true,
15,
yeah.
20 hours in that bad boy. House Flipper, if you have ever wanted to pull a Chip or Joanna Gaines, that's right. I know those names. House Flipper is 50% off right now for you PC gamers.
Yeah, you've got on Steam right now, for reference, they've got what is the hobby sim fest.
Yep.
But it's just like any simulator you can think of is on sale right now.
Anything under the sun is on sale.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a
Dan,
simulator.
say something that you've kind of always wanted to do, but not really wanted to do.
Flip a house.
Okay, well,
Right. I already said that.
That's the one you freaking knew, Dan.
Farm. Always wanted to
Farm. Oh, Dan, we got Farm Simulator 22.
No way.
Yeah, you train guy. We got Train Sim World.
If you're a train guy.
There's train guys, dude.
What if I wanted to catch bugs? Do they have bug simulator? Bug catch simulator?
Yeah, it's called Pokemon, and it's not on Steam.
It's $60 on Nintendo still.
Yeah.
I want to go look at the sim sale. I want to see what's on sale. If you ever wanted to simulate being a person, I bet the Sims is on sale.
So true.
I've
always wanted to be a guy.
Ever wanted to be a human being?
Yeah. Also, they're advertising one of the most famous and satisfying ones, Power Wash Simulator, and it's not on sale, which is really fucked up.
It was on sale last week. But it is weird. It is weird to have simulators on sale. And you just because you had it last week, it's not still on sale.
Which I'll say, Power Wash. Oh,
gas station simulator. You ever wanted to take care of a gas station?
I forgot. I'm down here. I forgot what a joy some Steam reviews are.
Some of them are really fun. Yeah.
For Power Wash Simulator, we have one that says, "This game has done more for my mental health than any medicine I have ever had. Power Wash Sim is by far the most relaxing game."
Don't take that one. Don't take that one at its word, please. If you're listening, please don't. I'm sure medicine would help you out much more than a video game.
I don't know. He's got 70 hours, Dan, so it must have helped quite a bit.
What is the House Flipper bundle at with my HGTV DLC and the Luxury Flipper DLC?
There's HGTV DLC.
Oh, Parker. There's Garden DLC.
That's
Build
awesome.
a garden. Yeah, altogether you get the 50% off House Flipper, and then it's 25% off the HGTV one. Maybe I'll get those too, because I don't want to pay $15 for luxury home and garden DLC.
Dude, one episode we gotta just go through a bunch of fucking games reviews. These are so goofy.
We could just read through reviews.
That's a whole thing.
Some of them are just fun to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun. I mean, for me, I have to be in the mood for it. But besides that, it's great.
I have to be in the mood for it.
Might clean my room after playing this.
This guy just posted one and there's a text box, but it's empty. I didn't even know you could post an empty text box.
Oh my God. Somebody has 165 hours in House Flipper. Get a job and make it be flipping houses if you put 165 hours in
games. People, it's insane how much time people put into one of those games.
You lose yourself.
That's facts.
They're good games.
Yeah. Nothing better than a good simulator to waste some time.
Yeah, you go trucking.
Truck simulators and all time. We've talked about truck sim on here before.
Have we talked about the DLC issue of it?
The DLC issue of it? Probably not. How
you're in 2 or 3 states. You have to pay $15 if you want to go to New Mexico. I want to go to New Mexico, but I don't want to pay $15 for it.
Oh man, New Mexico is an expensive place to be.
It's
Wait, is the
must be
DLC on sale?
for some of them, I think.
Dude. I'm unironically gonna buy Truck Simulator DLC.
What do we got on there?
You can get New Mexico, Oregon, and Washington for $350 each, Dan.
Can I go to Iowa?
Hell no.
I want a truck in my home state.
You know they're eventually gonna make Iowa DLC and it's just gonna be randomly generated flatness.
Cornfields.
Dude, if they ever make Iowa DLC, I'm actually fiending this game.
You're fiending this game?
I'm going GPS-less and I'm seeing what happens.
You're just gonna drive around
I'm
Iowa?
seeing how well I know the roads.
You're gonna go to Fort Dodge?
Yeah.
I'll drive to Iowa City.
Oh yeah, we'll go Fort Dodge to Iowa City. I'm gonna go to your house in trucks.
You're gonna deliver, run over my house, run into my house, and then we'll see if it happens in real life.
Yeah, dude, it's like a voodoo doll thing.
It'd be scary.
Whatever happens in Truck Simulator happens in real life.
I don't like this video game. I don't like this segment anymore. It got too real.
You're getting too scared, huh?
It got too real. Transport Fever 2. Oh my gosh. That looks like Truck Simulator on steroids.
Transport Fever.
It's a city builder. Management. You deliver.
Dude, city builders take too much brain power for me. I literally can't do it. I have City Skylines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I played for like a half hour and I didn't get it. So then I uninstalled it.
City builders are hard.
Refunded it.
Because you have to like put in electricity and like plumbing and all that. And I'm like, I don't want that.
I just want to put up the buildings.
I'm going to play a house simulator and I'm going to find a crack house and I'm going to just tear it down.
Dude, have I ever shown you?
I'm going to put a porta potty.
It's got to be still listed.
I'm going to tear down a house and put up a porta potty and I'm going to sell it for $100,000 in Fresno, California.
There's a listing. Somebody showed me. Fucking. Okay, maybe it's not still here. There is a house in Detroit listed for like $5,000. Because it just looked like shit.
You ever want to see cool, crazy, kooky houses? You go to Zillow Gone Wild on Twitter.
Really?
Yes, it's so awesome.
Here's some for $10,000, not quite. For $1,000 more, you can get this one on White Hill Street, Dan, for $11,000. There's no door, no windows.
This sounds like my kind of house.
Yeah, there's some boards covering all though, so like they've got heating though.
I haven't gotten on Zillow Gone Wild in a long time. I need to find some really good ones. Oh, here's one with a shower curtain that is Jeff Goldblum with a chimp. How much is it? $975,000 because it's in Ventura, California.
Ooh. Dan, 5-bed, 3-bath in this one.
5-bed, 3-bath.
It's $10,000.
Sounds like a real fixer-upper.
I can do it, Dan.
I believe in myself.
I will make it different.
You gonna fix it up?
Yeah.
Trying to find some of the kooky cool ones. This one's got a bunch of neon lighting in it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Where else can I try to? Detroit homes for sale under $5,000. I've got to be able to.
Just gonna look it up.
I can't find it. No shit. I promise it's real.
I know. I saw it.
This is. Yeah. I can't do that because I don't want to. Oh.
You okay? Are you choking?
Here's a duplex in Detroit, Dan. 5972 Pennsylvania Street. And it's a whole duplex. Guess how much you can buy it for?
$2,000.
$480.
Oh my God. See, stuff like that, like, is kind of reasonable. Because even if it's a real fixer-upper, you can still put the thousands of dollars into it that you would have spent buying a house.
It's off the market now, unfortunately.
Somebody buy it.
Yeah.
Somebody had that exact idea.
The Zestimate rent was $350.
Wow.
There's some wild ones here, Dan. I tell you what.
I can't find any of the good ones that were on here. They're all buried. Now it's just really nice homes. They're cool to look at.
That's so boring. Show me the
Yeah.
shitters.
Show me the Garfield house, huh?
The Garfield house.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's from I think you should, what is it? I think you should leave now.
Yeah, I think you should leave.
They
Go
have
now.
they have a like there's one bit where they have an intervention for some guy at work, and some lady's like, we should do it at my house. And it's I think she calls it the Jim Davis house. There's a Garfield couch. There's an Odie chair. When it reclines, the tongue sticks out on the Odie recliner.
Oh, dude.
It's just like this.
Now I'm in.
It's just a really goofy house. That's all Garfield stuff. And I want to know if it's a real house. It's probably not, but boy, if it was, I would pay any amount of money for that. Millions of dollars. Yeah. Zillow Gone Wild. If you're ever up at 3 a.m. and you are looking for something to do, you don't want to watch YouTube videos that night.
That's the 3 a.m. project.
That's a 3 a.m. project. Yep. When you're falling down the rabbit hole in YouTube. You don't want to be on YouTube anymore.
Oh man, well, yeah, I think it might be about that time.
I suppose you're right. We're coming up at an hour here.
Getting pretty close.
Yeah, we're close.
I don't keep track well enough.
Yeah, we're close to the word count. We'll just turn on the we'll turn the font to white and just type out some letters, blend it in on the back. Exactly. Hit the specified word count.
Yeah. Leave a couple white A's in there.
Yeah, just to get that extra page.
Exactly. Oh man. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.